Hi there, welcome back to another video. So the other day I was scrolling through Instagram and I read this quote. The more you learn, the more you realize you know nothing, and the lesser you learn, the more you feel like you know everything. The first time I came across this, it sounded like, kind of deep, like one of those Instagram posts you double tap without thinking a lot about it. But the more I have walked down this path of digital marketing, the more time I've spent, the more courses I've taken, the more campaigns I've handled, and the more failures I've had, the truer this quote feels. A year ago, I was exactly where many of you guys might be right now. I had graduated from college, and someone told me that digital marketing is a great career. And I started doing random things for a while, thinking that I was on the right path, I was doing the right things, and I was having the right expectations. A lot of those expectations have changed when I actually stepped into this field and started learning. So, if you're someone who is just getting started in digital marketing, or if you're someone who is planning to, pursue a career in digital marketing, then this video is for you, because today I'm going to share the 5 biggest learnings that I've had so far in my own journey. So the objective of this video is pretty simple. It is straightforward. It is to help you avoid setting those unrealistic expectations. It is to help you give a clear understanding of what this field really demands, and it is to give you a clear picture of what lies ahead. So let's get into the first point. So point number 1 is slow and steady wins the race. So back in those college days, we used to open up the book a night before the exam and learn all the important questions, and somehow we had managed to get passed or even get good marks. But in reality, in digital marketing, learning doesn't look like that. Time is one of the most important factors. Learning digital marketing isn't about putting effort or working really hard for a short period of time, or doing one single course or watching a lot of videos on YouTube thinking that we have mastered it. Learning digital marketing is putting in consistent effort over time. It's about learning a bit every day, and it is about being patient with yourself as you grow. And if you're thinking that you can learn all at once, you can learn everything at once, it's not going to happen, because there are a lot of important factors that affect your learning. And the most important one of those is opportunity. Are you getting enough opportunity to implement or practice whatever you're learning? Are you getting any space? You have to ask yourself. And here is something even more important. You have to be really careful with what you choose to learn. Today, you might see some fancy courses online and you purchase it, but in reality, that course might not be for you. That course might be completely different from what you have to apply in digital marketing. Sometimes students have told me that, bro, I've started learning affiliate marketing from this platform, and I'm also learning digital marketing from this institute. I mean, like, what? If you jump around without focus, you will learn a little bit about everything, but you won't learn enough about anything. So you have to be really careful with what you choose to learn. Point number 2 is solve a problem, learn something new. See, learning is a process, and when I say process, it includes different problems. If you solve a problem, you will learn something new. If you don't solve, you won't learn anything. I'll give you a simple scenario to help you understand. Let's say you've been hired as a performance marketer, and one day your manager comes to you and tells you that you have to run a Google search ads campaign for a brand with a budget of, let's say, 1 lakh rupees. Now, you might have done any digital marketing course from an institute, or you might have learned digital marketing from YouTube. But here is where the real problem starts. You cannot run a campaign randomly. You have to do a lot of prerequisites. For example, you have to set up conversion tracking. You have to learn Google Tag Manager. You have to integrate Google Ads and Google Analytics with Tag Manager. You have to learn to set up conversion tracking with the help of Tag Manager. And you have to, track other user actions on the website or on the landing page. And once you're done with all of these, you have to, plan like what are the keywords that you're going to choose, and how will you theme those keywords? What bidding strategy will you use? How many campaigns will be there? How many ad groups will be there? And once you're done with all of these, and once you publish the campaign, then you have to care about the metrics. You have to take care about the metrics. Like sometimes your CTR might be going down, your conversion rates might be going down, or your CPA might be skyrocketing, or the conversion track that was working before might not be working right now, and it might affect your conversions. And all of these things that I mentioned are problems. Every single things that includes from setting up a campaign or to optimizing and to bringing results includes problems, and you have to tackle these problems. So that's why I mentioned at the beginning, the higher the number of problems you solve, the more you will learn. Think about it. Like, let's say you have watched a lot of videos related to conversion tracking, but you haven't even got a chance to implement those conversion tracking, or you haven't got a chance to practice those conversion tracking. It means that you haven't solved that problem, and at the end of the day, you haven't learned it. Okay. Point number 3 is, just because you know how to write does not mean you are a poet. Just because you know how to use Google Ads dashboards and Facebook Ads dashboards does not mean you are a good performance marketer. Or just because you know how to use Canva does not mean you are a good social media marketer. Digital marketing is beyond these dashboards. Yes, in the beginning you have to have a strong idea or a good idea of how this dashboard works. But moving forward, along with technical knowledge, what really matters is the way you come up with different plans, the way you come up with a strategy. Because at the end of the day, what matters to the client or the company is quantifiable results. And if you want to generate quantifiable results, which in most of the cases is revenue, you have to think beyond Google Ads. You have to think as a marketer, because dashboards keep changing. If you look at the Google Ads dashboard today, it might change tomorrow. It might get an update tomorrow. Point number 4 is, if you go the extra mile, you can get ahead. This simply means that you have to take initiatives. All the time, people won't come to you and tell you to do a different task or a new task. You have to take initiatives, or else you will be doing the same thing every single day. And at some point, you'll get bored. So, if you remember what I told you in the second point, if you want to learn something new, you have to solve problems, be it big or small. You have to just solve problems. And if you want to solve problems at the first place, you will have to take initiatives to solve the problem. And if you're thinking like, oh bro, I don't know anything about that, or nobody have told me, nobody will. And nobody knows everything from the very beginning. And that's why it's called a challenge. You have to figure it out yourself. So you have to take initiatives to solve problems. And my 5th and final point is that don't waste your time at the wrong place. I know in the beginning that I've mentioned that time is one of the most important factors that affect your learning curve, but it does not mean wasting time. So if you are getting started in digital marketing, most of you might be starting from internships. And if you go to LinkedIn, you can see hundreds of digital marketing internships opportunities where the company, they themselves have no idea about what do they want from an intern. If you look at the JDs, they'll mention the intern will have to do keyword research, run digital marketing campaigns, publish social media posts, do SEO, write blogs, publish YouTube videos. Every single thing will be mentioned in those JDs. So they themselves have no clear understanding of like what digital marketing is. So my recommendation is to not go for these companies, because you won't get to learn anything about a specific domain. What I mean is you won't get to learn in depth about any specific domain. So as I mentioned before, if you go to those kind of companies, you will end up learning a little bit about everything, but not enough about anything. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you got some kind of value from this video. Please don't forget to drop down your thoughts and doubts in the comment section, and see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.